Everyone, please welcome Karl Wolf, joining us now through VI Skype on iHollywood TV. What's up, Karl?
What is going on, Noah? What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm trying to keep positive with everything that's going on. You know, we have
Absolutely.
Corona happening. We have people protesting, which is not a bad thing. You know, they're just making their voices heard with the Black Lives Matter movement. But 2020 has really been a challenging and difficult year, I think, for everyone across the nation. But how are you holding up and how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing okay now, but it's been 3 months I've been quarantining indoors. I've been away from my family. I live in Toronto, Canada. My parents live in Montreal, which is like a 5-hour drive. Haven't seen anyone, haven't seen the family. So, I'm one of the lucky ones. I got a studio in my house. So I've been making music. I'm working on my album. And, at first it hit me really hard, the anxiety and all that. Even when I was coughing, just a little cough, I thought I had it. I would call my mom. I'd be like, "Mom, I've got a cough." And she's like, "Karl, you've had coughs before in your life, so calm down." And I really know I've never had anxiety in my entire life. Like the Corona thing hit me kind of hard, like the anxiety from that. So I made I started making parody songs, like funny, just jokey songs on TikTok and Facebook and whatnot. I had a song called Corona World, which is a parody of A Whole New World, Aladdin. And that's out there. And a TikTok song, it's a parody of Say So by Doja Cat called Stay Home. So kept myself busy.
And Karl, I love what you said in a statement that you actually released to the media about everything that we're going through as a country right now, stating it's harder than ever to make real close connections with people in this age of social media. We are all going through tough times right now, and we're in need of those connections more than ever. Sometimes it is important to have someone just tell you that everything will be fine, whether that's true or not. I cannot agree more with what you said and what you released out there to the press, but explain more about that to our audience watching this morning, as I feel everyone can relate to this in our country.
Absolutely, especially at a time like right now, and with everything going on with the Black Lives Matter movement as well. A lot of anxieties, a lot of people not knowing how to help, because we all know. Look, 2020, we all know racism is wrong. We know that racism is bad. It's systemic sometimes as well, and we don't know how to help. Being non-Black, it's hard for us to figure out, what exactly can we use our platform for. So I think at times like this, and with COVID-19 going on, it's important to have people you can connect with, people that friends out there, even if it's someone that's the concept of City of Lies, which is what you were alluding to, is my current single, City of Lies, is I'd rather not have anxiety and have a friend to talk to and tell me that everything's going to be okay than just, because suicide is a real thing. People are really being depressed, man. There's a lot of depression in this world, a lot of anxiety. And just knowing that you have that companion and someone you can feed off, and go back and forth with, even if it's a lie, and saying, everything's going to be okay, just make me feel better. And I think that's really the most important thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I mean, I think it's horrible that one color of skin gets the rough treatment compared to the other. I'm like, what? That's just not right. We all need to be equal, So I mean,
Right.
yeah. But I just think it's just sad what's going on. I hope I'd like that people are voicing their opinions and making their voices heard. But I hope this does not cause a spike in Corona. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that would
too,
just be horrible of what we have came up and
Right.
worked towards, for something like that to
Absolutely.
happen. I'm not saying not to go out there and do it. I'm do whatever.
Right.
I'm
But
all
be
for
safe
it.
doing it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
here in Toronto, we had a very peaceful march, and everyone was, people had masks on. They distanced themselves as much as they can. Everyone's trying to do the best they can. Obviously, it's very frustrating for us. We want to get out. We're kind of sick of being indoors. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm unhappy here. Like, I want to go out and see. We're human beings. We need to be with each other.
Yeah, and we need to love one another and hug
Correct.
people. I think a lot of people are really just depressed staying in their house. That's not what we were born to be, to stay in a house.
Right.
We're born to be socially active. But
Sure.
Karl, let's go ahead and talk about kind of your career before now. You're a Canadian musician raised in Dubai.
Right.
I want to go to Dubai. And based in Toronto, which is in Canada.
Right.
You've been a singer, songwriter, and producer since 2001. Now your latest single is reaching millions across the country with City City of Lies, it's really such a great jam, by the way. I think
Thank
that
you.
kind of I think it gets people in a better spirit than, you know, what maybe they were before they started listening to this particular single that you've released, because it really is a groovy, jammy song. And, you know, you have a music video out with the single that we'll talk about, but kind of talk with us about the track and share with us what the song is all about.
Absolutely. I mean, the song, essentially, when I wrote it, there's a lot of cryptic messages in there. You know, some people, you know, perceive it as potentially is the government lying to us. Some people perceive it as, all kinds of different conspiracies. Okay, but ultimately, the song was more of a relationship song, and how being, you know, living in a big city, especially these days with social media being so prevalent, we seem to lack that real loyalty, I guess you could say. A lot of people are clout chasing and that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So, so City of Lies, it's almost like Hollywood, you know, City of Lies. Or, you know, your whole life you're like, I want to make it, and I know I can. And sometimes it's like the reality, you know, is not as what they told you it's going to be. Something like that, along those lines. And I'm generally a positive guy, but I think with Corona and all that, I just went a little more introspective. But the song is jammy. You're right. The song is kind of happy still. I think it's not a hope song, but it's just a kind of a real song of what I'm going through and what I'm feeling.
Now speaking about, you know, with the song and, you know, talking about Corona, stuff like that, did you write the song and record it during the time of everyone in quarantine, or did you have this ready before but just happened to release when everyone was in quarantine? Like, how did that go for you?
Correct. It was done right before it, and we had it planned for the release in January, something like that. And then Corona hit, but it just happened to have all these different, like, cryptic meanings for people. You know what I mean? Because some of the lyrics in there, you know, like, I talk about corruption. I talk about, you know, you're not going to take my life. You know, just tell me we're fine. Just lie to me. I mean, you could be singing that to Corona, like to COVID-19.
Yeah.
You're not going to take my life. You know what I mean? Right. So, I mean,
it makes sense with everything with our current events that's going on in the country to release it right now, you know? I think
Noah, you know, ultimately that's what art is. You know, with art, you it's not always something that you thought. You know, I'm sure tons of artists out there who've thought, you know, they talked about a certain thing, and then you listen to the song and you get something else out of it, and that's what it means to you. Have you ever had that where you listen to something on Spotify and you're like, that means that to me, but when you read the lyrics, they're not really. Whoa, I thought it was meaning something else. And so I think that's the beauty of art, you know. So I'm excited to share it. You know, we're at 300,000 views right now on the video. The video was incredible. By the way, the video was shot with only 4 people, like that. 4 people crew.
What? 4 people.
Whole thing.
It's incredible. Like building. You're like on top. It looks like as if you're on top of a building. Is that right?
We were on top of the world. That's how.
Yes, that's right, Carl. Yes. Now let's talk about the music video, because I mean, of course, the song is electric and, you know, it's really groovy and, you know, just it's like bursting energy, like bursting, you know, like, and I mean, just the music video, how it was all edited and how it came together and how it looks, and I love that. You must be your favorite color must be red. Am I right? You like red?
I love red.
You have hot red going on in the background.
The heat. The hotness of red, man. I love that. Just it's so passionate. It's so sexy driven. It's so like powerful. I love it.
But talk to us about the music video.
So here's the thing. So it's COVID-19. They're not letting anyone out. It's lockdown.
Yeah.
So, you know, and we have to shoot the video. Look, I want life. I want people to know that life should continue on in a normal way. I mean, we can't, even though we have to follow some of the protocols in order to, you know, be safe. We don't want to, you know, no one wants to be sick here, and we don't want to add to that. So we do follow the scientists and the doctors and what they're saying. There's nothing wrong with that. It was a challenge, however. I did a lot of heavy lifting, so I was acting as a 4th person crew, as well as the artist and the actor, right? Wow. So check this out, Noah, I've never done makeup on my face in my life, okay? I had to learn. I got my makeup artist, she's phenomenal, to do a video tutorial and talk me through it over freaking Zoom, okay? And crazy. She told me what to buy. I had to buy all these different things. And
so you were the makeup artist along with being the singer.
I was the singer, makeup artist, producer, executive producer.
Name those credits.
I'm telling you, they're there.
Wow.
They're there. Anyway,
look at you.
But here's the thing. I hired some of the most talented young and up-and-coming directors and artists to be to help me on this video. So I
Look
got
at there.
Alex Gayoso. He's incredible. He's 24 years old.
Wow.
Phenomenal videographer, cinematographer. And it was one of his, like, he wanted to work with me as well, because I've been doing music for about 10 years.
Oh, yeah, you've been in the game
so I'm
for a
kind of
long
like
time.
an OG, you know. So he wanted to work with me. I wanted to work with him because of you got to work with new people, new art, like young people.
Yeah.
They know what's up. You know what I'm saying? So he came up with a cool idea. We blended it together, and we said, let's shoot it at the top of this of like the top of the world, you know. And basically thinking, like, the concept was, I'm performing to the city. I'm basically performing with all my keyboards, because you can see all my 80 synths, performing to the city. That's kind of what it was.
Wow. Lastly, I want to ask you, you know, like, what is next for you outside of this single? Like, do you plan to have like a, you know, an album come out? Like, you know, what are you cooking up, Karl?
Right. Absolutely. I mean, that's all I can cook up is what I have here. So I'm working on an album. The album is called Night of the Wolf. It's coming out in September. However, I might change some of the songs because of what's going on right now and all these things that are happening in our life. I don't want to be tone deaf to it. So I kind of want to maybe include some of that. So I'm going to reform and refurbish some of the songs and kind of add some new, because I finished about 9 songs, but I might change some of those. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. Where I hope everyone will go listen to City of Lies. It's Karl's new single. It's a jam. It'll make you feel better. Karl, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. It was a lot of fun to get to chat with you, and I think he's going to take us out into a little bit of the song, shall he? City of Lies.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about
yes.
that.
We're just having we're
Noah,
just chatting it up.
Hi Hollywood, are you ready? Here we go. We started off at the bottom, on the slide on top. Don't cry to me, yeah, yeah. I see the way that you're moving, you say that you can't stop. You must have been high, you must have been. The story in my vision is blurring me up. City of lights is so you corrupt. You love like you hate me. You love like you hate me. Hey, you're not gonna take my life. So tell me why it's hard me. You tell me lies. You tell me lies. There's no more back this time. I'm good as dead by me. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. Here we go, City of Lies. There you go, buddy.